Hey everybody, it's Andy from Beyond Guitar and welcome to the super easy guitar lesson with a C chord and an F major 7. This song that we're going to play is called Imagination and it only has 2 chords. So if you're just starting out with guitar, it's going to be easy and fun to play. Here we go. Let's start by looking at the chord charts. Okay, we got a C chord and an F major 7. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do a close-up on the fingers and show you how to play those chords. Here we go. So first, make sure you start with a thumbs up position, thumb pointed straight up, right on the back of the guitar where the audience can't see it. Right where fret 1 is, or fret 2, or maybe in between fret 1 and 2. And here we go. So we're going to start with your pointer finger. Your pointer finger is your strongest and most coordinated finger. And so we're going to go ahead and start every chord with that finger. Finger 1 is going to play on the 1st fret, 2nd string. Now we count the strings from floor to ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to begin with our 1st finger on the 1st fret, string 2. Make sure you don't put your finger way over here. That won't sound good. It'll sound muffled, so you have to slide your finger until you're all the way up, right up next to the fret, even touching the fret. Then you get a clear sound. Aim for the very tip of the finger. If your fingernail touches the string, or if your fingernail touches the wood while you're pressing down the string, then you're on the very tip. All right, and you can also see, the very point of your finger is where you need to squeeze that string. So we got finger 1, fret 1, string 2. Next, we're going to play finger 2, fret 2, string 4. And then finally, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, string 5. And there it is. Okay, resist the temptation to use the pinky or to try it with another finger configuration. Try it with your 3 strongest fingers. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Okay, this is the sound. On this chord, you play only 5 strings. Okay, if you're coming to guitar from ukulele, you might notice that on ukulele, you just play all the strings all the time. But on guitar, sometimes you play a chord where it doesn't include all the strings. And this is a good example. With a C chord, you play only 5 strings. You don't want to play this string. You don't want string 6 because that note just doesn't, it just makes this chord sound so muddy. It's perfectly clear without that note. If you play this note, it doesn't fit, okay? It makes the chord sound worse. So let's just avoid strumming that string. Try to strum carefully and try to play 5 strings. Okay, now I'll often joke with my students about, can you rock carefully? Well, maybe that's not a great plan to step out on stage and try to play a rock song, but also strum carefully. Careful rock, right? Okay, so maybe we have some other solutions to just strumming carefully and trying to avoid that string. One solution that you see people do is they'll put their thumb up here and they'll touch the thickest string. They'll just simply touch the 6th string. Don't squeeze it, don't press it down, but just touch the string. And now that string's dead. Okay, now you can attack the strings like a club, like a caveman. Just bash the strings. Now you don't have to play carefully. Now you can hit everything and you won't get that bad note. Okay, but I don't really teach my students to use their thumb. It really wrecks your hand position to bring your thumb way up like that. And so the next best solution is you take your 3rd finger and instead of going directly right onto string 5, you just move a tiny fraction of an inch and you just simply bump into string 6 a tiny bit. And then String 6 can't make any music. One way that you could find that is you can play your basic C chord, and then you can go, all right, I'm going to move my finger up toward the ceiling. Bam! I just touched the 6th string. Okay, that's far enough. You don't have to move it any further. Okay, that mutes the 6th string. So now we don't have to worry about missing that string while we strum. Okay, the last and what I think is the best solution, this is the solution that I like to use, is I actually mute the 6th string with this hand. The way I'm doing it is I put my palm right here on the wood of the guitar, and then I move it down, and as soon as I touch that 6th string, I just graze it, just ever so lightly. I don't push on it, but I just touch it gently. And I do that when I strum. And so string 6 can never make a note. It's muted. Okay, the only downfall of that particular technique is you gotta do it on every strum. So you have to keep doing it. Okay, so it becomes a little bit of a chore. Okay, but the last thing I'll say about that is you can also do the janitor method and clean it up later. All right, so let's say you play the chord and you accidentally play that note. On the next strum, you can stop that note and clean it up. So that's a way to clean it up afterwards. Okay, if you're strumming a C and you notice that that note's going, you can either try to use your palm or use your finger and stop that note. Then you get a clear sound. Okay, the next thing to practice is, can you listen to every note? How does this note sound? 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 That's the way that you learn to play a C precisely. If this is your first time playing C, probably you'll get this muted sound on one of the notes, and that's okay. It just means you got to make more space. There's got to be a space there so your open strings can ring out. Okay, the muted sound you were hearing is because my finger is laying down a little bit flat. It's not standing straight up like it's supposed to. Okay, if you encounter muted strings while you're playing, then you have to just move your hand more toward the audience and stand the fingers up more, and it'll ring out better. Okay, I think we got our C chord. It's time to move on. Let's play a F chord. Okay, so here's my first thought about the F chord. This finger's already in the right spot. Don't move it. For your F major 7 chord that we're going to play, this finger's in the same spot it already is. So if you lift it up, you're wasting your time and energy because you're just going to put it right back in the same spot anyways. So might as well leave it there. Just use your imaginary super glue. Put this finger down. It never moves at all for this whole song. Okay, so we got finger 1, fret 1, string 2. Then we're going to play finger 2, fret 2, string 3. And then we're going to play finger 3, fret 3, string 4. And that's your F major 7. Okay, this chord only has 4 notes. Let's go ahead and pull up our chord charts again. Okay, as you can see on the chord chart, there's 2 X's at the top of the F major 7 chord. That means that there are 2 strings that you don't play. Okay, well, we'll never mute both strings with our thumb. That's not going to work. And we'll never mute both strings with our finger, so that's not going to work. I guess we could use the thumb and the finger. Oof. Now it's really getting hard to hold that chord, though. So I guess we're back to the palm of the right hand touching that low string while you strum. Okay, if you strike the low string, that note will sound terrible with this chord. It doesn't match at all. So you got to make sure you don't strike string 6. You don't want to strike that low string. It'll really muddy up this chord. You know, string 5, I guess, doesn't sound that bad. But string 6, it's not going to fit. So you have to avoid playing the 2 thickest strings. Okay, now let's talk about switching. When you switch, there's only 2 fingers that move. And this finger just stays on the same note all day long. And so when you switch chords, what you want to do is, instead of lifting up one finger and moving it, and then lifting up one finger and moving it, what you want to do is use the fingers in the freezer method. Freeze those fingers where they are and move them both at the same time. They both move the same distance and then they remain in the same configuration. Okay, so you might play a C chord, then you might take finger 2 and 3, lift them up, move toward the floor a tiny bit, set them back down, now you're on F. Okay, so we're moving both fingers the exact same distance. They move together as one unit, and that will help you to switch faster and play smoother. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up our chord chart again. And here it is. And I put a little bit of a tab at the bottom. I don't think the tab is really going to help you, but the chord charts are more handy than anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and play this song together. Let's start from the very beginning. Okay, get your fingers ready on your C chord. We're going to play every chord exactly 8 times. Ready, set, go. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1. Okay, you count. You've got to count to 8. I won't count for you. Don't speed up. Don't slow down. Play the same speed all the time. That's a skill. Okay, let's end this song. The final note of this song is C chord. Okay, the first sound the audience hears at the beginning is a C chord. And then the last sound the audience hears at the end of the song is a C chord. Starts on C, ends on C. Key of C. All right, most rock songs begin and end on the same chord. All right, so when you play that final note, make it really last, let it ring out. Place your hand over the strings. Silence. Okay, now you can let go of the chord. Okay, every song ends with silence, right? Every song begins with silence and ends with silence, so we should practice that. All right, let's play the song again. We don't need the charts, though. Here we go. Start from the beginning. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you count. Here's the F. And let's end the song on a C. Let it ring. Don't move your fingers. Let it ring until the sound is gone. Place your hand over the strings. Now you can move your fingers off the chord. Since my hand are on the strings, I can't make any more sound. That's what we want. We don't want to make any more sounds. The song's over. Okay, so if you're at home and you're like, well, it's a little too fast. I can't jump my fingers and keep up with it, Andy. Okay, I get it. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And so what you could do is try this. Okay, I had a student that was like, hey Andy, when you get to about count 4, I'm with you. But then when you say 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm already trying to get my fingers on the next chord. And that's okay. If you need extra time, strum along with me on 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I say 5, 6, 7, 8, start to get ready for what's coming up. Let's practice that. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. Okay, since you did that, maybe you could move on and strum 5 chords, and then you have 3 seconds of time to switch. And if you can do that, strum 6 chords and take 2 seconds to switch. And if you can do that, strum 7 chords and then try to switch in 1 second. Okay, so build it up. All right, so, you know, switching chords fast is one of the harder things when you're learning guitar for the first time, but you can try some different games and just have fun with it. I call this the stopwatch game. Let's say I have a stopwatch and I'm like, ready, go, click. And you got 1 second to try to play a C and play an F and just jump as fast as you can. That's how you learn to jump fast. Hey, there's only one way to learn how to play the guitar fast. Practice playing the guitar fast. Just jump as fast as you can. You might get a little bit sloppy or you might miss, but that's how you get faster. Okay, and then try F, C. Yeah, just jump as quickly as you can. There we go. Okay, so I know that you're going to practice this song over and over, and so I made a practice track, and the link's down below in the description. It has drums, piano, bass, and guitar. You can jam along. It's called Imagination, and you simply play a C chord and an F chord over and over again. And so I made that track for you to practice on YouTube. All right, so enjoy practicing that song. And if you thought this video was helpful and you got something out of it, drop a like and a subscribe and maybe even leave a comment. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in, and I appreciate you watching my videos, and check out my other videos on my channel. It's called Beyond Guitar, and I hope you have a lot of success playing this song with the C chord and the F chord. Bye-bye.